Welcome back to What Arty Noobs with General Disturbance. This is an M12. It's the Tier 7 American SPG and it's located on the southwest spawn of Karelia and it's being commanded by Boouck. Now, what can I tell you that you haven't heard about the M12 before? Well, it was usually paired up with another vehicle, the M30, the cargo carrier, and that would transport the crew and the additional rounds of ammunition, 40 additional rounds of 155. And the reason for this was the M12 could only actually carry 10 rounds of standard 155 on its own, because that's all it had space for. So if they wanted to shoot at more targets, they had to carry the rounds in a separate machine, separate vehicle, and that only had an M2 machine gun for its defense. Okay, Boouck set up his position, and I think he's going to now start looking for targets. And he's found an M7. Tier 5 American light tank, round out. Oh, he got him! He splashed him to death. He landed the round right next door to the M7, and the 155mm did the rest. Okay, he's looking at a Skoda T25. And an M4A3E8, the EZ8, and he's almost reloaded. He's got a 23.9 second reload. He fires a round in. Oh, he's stunned the EZ8. And he's moving back from his position to avoid counter battery. And now he's looking elsewhere. Nope, he's decided to go back to that Skoda. Looks like the EZ8 was killed. Yes, he was. Oh, and the Skoda T25's just been taken out by the Panzer IV-H there. Well, what else can I tell you about the M12? Well, they only built 100 of them. They built 60 in 1942 and another 40 in 1943. But they didn't go into service straight away. They were put into storage and used for training. Oh, and he's just fired a round of that VK-28 and it landed behind it. So when World War II started in earnest in terms of the fighting in Northwest Europe, they refurbished 74 M12s and sent those into frontline combat. So they didn't send all of the M12s, they kept some in America. And, oh, good shot! 237 hit points on the VK, and he killed the Wolverine. Almost a bombardier there. And he's going to shoot over the other side of the map now. He's going after this OI experimental. It's got very low health. You should be able to get a splash kill off this one. He's dialing in his aim. He's almost ready to shoot. That's nice. Round out. And he got him! 59 hit points. Don't know if it was a direct hit, but it may have been just a splash hit there. And just ahead of him, we can see an M44 on his own team, firing rounds into the enemy. Okay, we've got a target there. It's a Laws's M4. That's the Soviet version. Okay, round out. Oh, it landed nearby, so he probably did do some damage, but we just don't know how much. Now, another unusual fact about the M12 is that there are actually 3 different guns used for the vehicle. The first one was the M1917. The second was the M1917A1, and the third was the M1918 M1. And the reason they've got those years is because they were French guns from the First World War, and they were devised at the end of the First World War, and they were so good and so accurate and so powerful that the Americans adopted them for the M12. And I think he fired... No, he didn't fire that one. That was somebody else firing. I think that was the M12, the M44 firing there. But he's got the Lawser. Oh, 147 splash. He did put that shell just where he needed to go because he couldn't get a direct hit on the Lawser. And he's moved up fairly close to the M44, and that's not really advisable because obviously 2 tracers coming from the same spot will attract the attention of enemy Arty. And there are 2 enemy Arty on the other side, one of which happens to be an M12. Okay, he's relocating now. The M44 is relocating as well. They're saying pay attention to that corner of the map. But I think that Laws is more important at the moment. He is getting close, but he is using cover. And the M44 fires in. And there he is. He's in the dip. And unfortunately, Boouck can't get a direct shot on him unless he comes out of that dip. And then he can hit him. The Su-85 is moving. Oh, he splashed him to death. He splashed him before he came out the dip. That was beautiful. He must have anticipated where the Lawser would be before he appeared out of the dip and fired the round at the right moment and splashed the Lawser just as he got close to the entrance. I think they'll find that Lawser half in, half out that dip. Okay, he's loaded, ready to go for the next shot. There's a T-67 on the South Passage, an Su-122 in the marshes, and a T-34-85M in the north. But which one is he going to go for? Ah, there's the Challenger. Okay, so we know we've got a target nearby. Is he going to go for that? Well, no, he's aimed at the plateau, but at the horseshoe. But now he's going to go for the Challenger. Okay, he's trying to aim manually. That may be a bit of a mistake. Need to go to overhead. Yes, he's done that now. Good. Okay. Battle assistance even better. You can anticipate when they're going to move, and he fires around it. Oh, that was a lovely shot there. 292 hit points of damage, and just after that, the M44 fired, and he picked up a further 231 of stun assistance. That was really nice. Okay, now he's changed his aim. He's going to go for this Su-122-44, which is Stalin's hammer, and he's being a bit of a nuisance in the central marsh. Fires around it. Oh, another splash kill! Only 12 hit points, but a beautiful kill there. It was over that rock. It was very close, and the shell might have just landed in the water and not caused anything more than stun. But he managed to get it to dip into the water next to the Su-122 and took him out. So he just needs to get this Challenger now, and that'll be his top gun. Oh, what happened there? Well, he did kill the Challenger, but he got hit by the enemy Arty. He's just been stunned by the AMX-13AM, the Tier 5 French SPG. So they must have seen his tracer, or the Challenger must have seen him and seen the shells coming in and worked out where the M12 was. Well, the nearest enemy tank now is that T-34-85. In fact, that's the last tank on the enemy team. From then on, it's only Arty. Now he's aiming at this gap where the T-34 was last seen. We don't know if he's still there though. Fired around him. Nope, nothing. He will have to relocate after each shot now, because the AMX must know where he is, or the vicinity, and he'll be looking for the tracer. He's already lost half his hit points. He doesn't want to lose the other half. Okay, he's loaded. Now, apparently there is only one M12 still around. All the others were lost and retired from service. But the remaining M12 is now at the Fort Sill Museum in Oklahoma. It was previously at Aberdeen in Maryland, which is the proving grounds where most of the artillery and captured material are stored. But this one was moved to the Fort Sill Museum because that's the home of artillery in the United States. And one other fact that you may not know about the M12 is that it's actually not a howitzer. It's a gun motor carriage, because it doesn't carry a howitzer gun. It's a gun, not a howitzer gun. I know it sounds a bit funny, a bit confusing, but it's a GMC, a gun motor carriage, not a howitzer motor carriage. But obviously in the abbreviations, people just call it the M12, or by its nickname, the Door Knocker. And it got its nickname, the Door Knocker, because it used to knock down the concrete bunkers on the Siegfried line. It was used in direct fire to take out the bunkers, and it would drill the shells through 7 meters, or was it 7 feet? I think it was 7 feet actually, of reinforced concrete. The shell would just go straight through. Yes, it was 7 feet. definitely 7 feet. But it would do that at a range of 2,000 yards. So the enemy could hardly see the M12 when he was doing it on direct fire. But they certainly feel the effects. Okay, the enemy M12 has been spotted and he's over up. Oh, and no, he's been taken out by the M44, who was quick on the draw. The Su-85 spotted him. Now we've got the steer in the centre. The Su-85 hasn't seen the T-3485M, and that would suggest that he's gone back to his own cap. He's probably awaiting the assault, but there are only 2 enemy tanks left. The AMX-13AM and of course that T-3485. But as we all know, the T-3485 is quite a good tank, and here he is! And he's making an appearance, so I think it's time for Mr. Old Shotgun to come out and say hello to Mr. Tank in the best way possible. Yes! What a kill! What a beautiful kill! In your face! Good night and thank you for coming. And he's rocking backwards and forwards because he thought, yes, that was a round from the enemy Arty, just landed there. And there he is. There's the enemy Arty, and he's manually locked on. Okay, locked on automatically. Oh, and that's a manual shot as well. And that's a one-shot kill, and he's got a Radley Walters, would you believe it? Unbelievable. To the last second of the game to get a Radley Walters with the last kill of the game. Oh, that's exceptional. So let's have a look at the end of battle results. Oh, not to see that screen. This is the screen you want to see. And Boouck managed to get a first-class tanker with the M12. He also picked up a bruised medal for getting at least 5 critical hits. He got 15. And he got a Radley Walters for killing at least 8 of the enemy. And a Top Gun for getting at least 6 kills of the enemy. Oh, crumbs. Let's have a look at the team scores. Well, he didn't get the highest amount of damage. That went to the T67. He managed to get 1,471 hit points altogether. But there wasn't a high caliber, and that was mainly because the T67 didn't get 20% of the enemy hit points. The M12 of Boouck managed to get 1,428 hit points. He did get the highest number of kills, which was 8, and he did get the highest base XP, which was 948. He fired 14 rounds, got 2 direct hits, 2 penetrations, and 11 splash. Did damage of 1,428 hit points, of which 804 were at more than 300 meters. So you can see the difference. That shows about 600 hit points of them were actually at close range. Very close range indeed. He received 1 hit, 1 penetration, and that came, and 1 hit as a result of splash damage. And the hit as a result of penetration, I believe, was actually from the AMX-13F3. So amazing that he survived that. He did damaged 9 of the enemy and killed 8 of them, and he did stun assistance of 779 hit points off 5 stuns. On a premium count, he earned 32,298 credits, and after repair and ammunition resupply, he still had 14,306 credits. He received 1,422 XP, but it was times 3 for the first victory of the day, so he actually took away 4,266 altogether. But I think this shows that, you know, if you're sitting there at the cap, it doesn't necessarily mean you're not going to meet the enemy face to face. If after long moments of waiting, expecting the enemy to be seen at the other end. And I did think that T-34 had gone back to the other end. But Boouck was very careful. He parked himself behind that rock for cover. And when the T-34 came hunting them, he managed to shotgun him in the face. And that was a lovely way to end the battle with the AMX-13 with a manually aimed shot. That was just sublime. So, if you enjoyed this replay, please give it a like and do subscribe to our channel, and hopefully it'll be your replay that I'll be featuring in the next video.